again and welcome to Champi Travels. In this video, I will talk about how to choose a responsible tour operator for your travels. Planning a sustainable trip usually takes a very long time. It is basically doing all the steps that you would normally do for a normal trip, but also specifically doing research about the operators, providers, and whatever services you're going to be doing mindfully, and to verify that they actually do what they say they do. And it can be even harder when the destination that you choose to go to may be a remote one or a lesser known destination. And that is exactly why looking for a tour operator that is responsible may come in handy for planning your entire trip. Not only will they be travel local experts, but they also know the providers and the services around the region, and they have a better understanding on who to trust in their community. By traveling with an operator that is genuinely working towards sustainability and that cares for the community and the environment, you're guaranteed to have a positive impact in both of these aspects. So whatever way of traveling you choose to do, here are some tips on choosing a responsible tour operator. So first things first, what exactly does it encompass traveling responsibly? And what exactly is a responsible tour operator? When you travel responsibly, it actually has a lot more to do on what is it that you do when you're already in the destination. The Center for Responsible Travel says, responsible tourism aims to minimize tourism's negative impacts on the environment and maximize the positive contributions tourism can make to local communities. The difference between sustainable and responsible tourism, it's in a word itself. So it implies on taking responsibility for your own tourism and for the impacts that it creates. It is about respecting the people, the culture, the traditions, the way of life, and also the environment of wherever you are visiting. Tourism is not just an activity that just happens passively. Everyone involved has a responsibility of the services that are provided and that are consumed, that are created and that are offered. It demands that governments, operators, the hospitality industry, local people, and also the tourists take the responsibility to make tourism more sustainable. By doing responsible tourism, you have to make sure that your money is actually going towards benefiting the community and the environment you are in. By supporting local eateries, staying at hotels or guest houses that benefit the community directly, going on tours with local guides, these are some of the ways you can implement when you're doing responsible tourism. These responsible operators, services, and providers can actually be very exhausting. And so hiring a tour operator that is responsible is a really good benefit for people that want to make a positive impact with their travels. They do exactly what I have just explained above. They offer mindful and sustainable activities that support the local communities, the local people, and that do a benefit for the environment. Responsible travel operators have proven to be crucial to create a bridge between people and businesses that want to make a good and positive impacts during their visits. And you can normally find about how is it that they have these sustainable and responsible practices, mostly by going and looking and browsing through their websites. Here you will find a lot of information about the certificates that they have or the practices that they use. You can check if they have sustainable policies and if they maybe have a partnership with other businesses that maybe have similar values. They may even be part of big sustainable credentials such as the B Corporation, part of the Rainforest Alliance, and many others. Or maybe they can even have their own criteria, as it is important to note that not all of these tour operators and these businesses have the affordability to actually get the certifications. But many of them, they really are doing a positive impact in their communities. It is very important to be able to check this information to verify that what they're doing is actually true, that they are transparent in terms of what they do on sustainability and responsibility, even if there are certain things that they can improve. Some of the most important aspects to identify whether a tour operator or a service or a provider is responsible and sustainable are as follows. Wild animals should be respected. If animals are used for entertainment, it is definitely not a responsible way to interact with the animals. So having a low-impact experience, such as seeing animals in the wild, is the best alternative. Your visit should benefit the community you are visiting first of all. This includes staying at local hotels or guest houses, consuming local products, and getting involved with local traditions, as well as eating at local restaurants. It is important that your guides are from the communities that you are visiting, while it's also important that they are trained, as well as knowledgeable of what they offer and paid fairly for the services that they are giving out. It is also important to note if they have a positive attitude toward the community itself. Another key point is that the operator takes sustainability seriously by implementing alternatives to generate less waste. For example, not using single-use plastic, having water to be able to refill your bottles, or separating organic trash. And that it also gives back to the community or supporting local people that need it. Some of the tour operators that are responsible, that I really enjoy and like what they do, and that are also leaders in the tourism industry that works toward responsibility and sustainable tourism, are Intrepid Travel. They are known for being the pioneers on responsible tourism, where they offer people and planet-friendly activities around the world. They encompass everything from family and group tours, food, cruises, adventure, wildlife, trekking, and much more. They have been carbon neutral since 2010, and it was the first global tour to end elephant rides. Responsible Travel. They offer trips that focus on local culture and people, as well as independent businesses and wildlife conservation. So all their trips support communities and preserve nature. They also have this incredible program that at no cost to you, you can choose to send a kid to an inspiring trip every time you book a holiday with them. Steps Travel. With over 100 destinations on offer, Steps Travel has been working over 3 decades on the commitment to the positive influence of travel. It ensures that part of your money goes towards funding women's empowerment and wildlife conservation, and they have aligned their vision of positive impact travel with the UN Sustainable Development Goals too. These are incredible operators that are worth taking a look for planning your next trip if you want it to be more mindful. It is also important to have in mind that sustainability approaches are on the rise. So there is this term that is called greenwashing, which means that people are actually saying that they're doing something sustainable when in reality they are not. So beware and do your research prior to be able to identify this kind of businesses that are not really complying with sustainability practices. Choosing a responsible business or service for your trip is a great step for having a more mindful travel. However, it does not only end there. It is important to remember that we, as travelers, have a huge responsibility on our footprint at all times. You gotta be the best traveler you can possibly be in all regards, even before you have arrived at the destination you choose to visit. By doing research about where you will be, the way of life they have there, how does it differ from where you live, and how can you be as respectful as possible, are really great ways to start. We can all make a difference wherever it is that we choose to go, even if it is a local place very close to home or somewhere very far away, a well-known destination or a place off the beaten path. There is always a way to be respectful and responsible in the places that we visit. And not only does it benefit the local communities and the environment, but it will also give us a more immersive experience and a better approach to why we travel. And not only does it benefit the community and the environment that we are visiting, but you can also feel good for your positive footprint that you are leaving wherever you are visiting. And this will leave you with a much more rewarding and immersive experience that you will love and that you will cherish forever. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this video. Let's keep this community of mindful travelers growing. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.